And might as well play it again. Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. All right, what is it, y'all? Because I'm kind of busy right now. I'm sorry, y'all. What's up? Welcome to Broad Street. Welcome to episode 252. Welcome to Free Agency News and Updates edition of Birds of Broad Street with your boy Cool Cat Connor and some special guests. Say hi, y'all. Yeah. Some friends of mine don't know the meaning of the word I'm live, so they wanted to pop up. So, well, now you do. So, what's up, everybody? What's up, Big Zay? How you doing? William, how you doing? Let's see, Daniel, how you doing? Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, or comment to the Birds of Broad Street YouTube channel. All of our channels, me, Simone Staley, One Trey Rock, and Smitty Eagle, the whole crew, along with Dorothy, Burton family, and Raymond. Too bad, so sad I said it. The word of the day is, yeah, I said it. The word of the day is, exactly. The word of the day is, what do you mean I'm bad? What are you talking about, Big Zay? How you talking about I'm bad? I ain't bad. The word of the day is future. The future stars of the Philadelphia Eagles start at the combine. So let's go ahead and show you guys this photo. As y'all can see here. So what's up, Raymond? Because you standing there, say something. What's up? What about my quarterback? He's him. He's the man. He's Jalen freaking Hurts. Acknowledge him. Acknowledge my. Acknowledge me. Stop listening to 94 WIP. Yeah, that was a crazy thing, man. That was crazy. Yep. Oh, Smitty doing good, Big Zay. Smitty doing good. Right. Yeah. Smitty doing good. He just probably was working today, Big Zay. Cool cut. You're getting distracted. My bad. Yeah, I am getting distracted. My bad, Big Zay. Always putting me in my place. So, yeah. So hold on, Big Zay. Hold on. All right, Zay. Right. So let's talk about the future, y'all. As y'all can see, look at these guys. Look at the future. That what our future was with the Philadelphia Eagles, all thanks to the combine. I had a phone call, Zay. So if you wanted to know, right. Look at the future that was here with we had Lane Johnson, we had Saquon Barkley, we had Jordan Davis, Mario Ujomo, right? I think we had Smitty, we had Cam Jurgen, we had Big G, right? We had, hey Mike, we had a lot of things in the combine, including Jalen freaking Hurts, right? A lot of things can happen in the combine, y'all. The one thing I want to know when it comes to this combine is what's the plan? You know, we're going to hear from Howie. Exactly, Lane with hair. Yeah, that's crazy. But the question I have, right, because we're going to hear from Nick Sirianni. We're going to hear from Howie T. Howie T. What's the game plan? Like, what's the game plan? Right? We talked about it. What's the game plan? Because I want to know. Like, look at this list of stars that we have. It all starts at the combine. Like all of it. Right? Of course, my favorite one is Jalen. But my second one has to be Saquon. The AJ one, yeah, you also have Jahan Campbell and Jalen Hunt. Yep. Oh, Howie Roseman. Oh, Howie T. Howie T. You know he did this, right? You know Howie Roseman. Everybody say thank you, Howie. Because this is Howie Roseman work. Like he gave us all of this. And because of this, we got 2 Super Bowls. 2 of them things. Thank you, Howie Roseman. Right. Thank you, Howie Roseman. What y'all? If you was at the combine, and shout out to Simone, she gonna be at the combine. Yep. Shout out to Simone, she gonna be at the combine. If y'all was a reporter, what would you ask Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman? Let's play devil's advocate. If y'all was there right now, Indiana, what would y'all say to Howie Roseman? And what questions would you ask Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman? For me, I would ask, what's the game plan? Like, what do you plan to do? Y'all let me know. What if you guys was a reporter? What would you ask Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni? What is the first priority? That is true. And this is also true. Right. Right. This is also true about AJ. Listen, and shout out to AJ for his wonderful message. I know you guys saw what he had to say about mental health. Prayers, man. Prayers to everyone who got to deal with that. But I wouldn't worry about AJ Styles. I think he's going to stay. YouTube. I think AJ Brown going to stay. Prayers. But yeah, that should be we got so many things. Yeah, man. We got so many things to do. Not a little time to do it. You know? Think about this. 1 year ago, we were celebrating a Super Bowl championship. Now we're asking if it's AJ Brown. Remember what I always say, y'all, and I mean this. A lot can happen in a year. Right? A lot can happen in a year. A lot. Right? Yeah, we got some big names to sign. We got to sign a lot of people. And my message to Eagles Nation is, hold on, check exactly. Got to check on your family and friends, man. Got to check on them. But also, and how much faith do y'all, I'm going to ask y'all this. How y'all feeling about the upcoming season so right now? Nothing happened. How are you optimistic? Give me a number of where y'all is for the season right now before we talk some more. Because I want to know the pulse of the fan base right now. And remember, it's February. How y'all feeling about the season? I want to know the pulse of the fan base. Nothing happened. We didn't do free agency. We didn't do the draft. We don't know we know our opponents. We just don't know who we're facing week 1. I want to know the pulse of the fan base. So I want to know the pulse of Broad Street. How are we feeling right now? Because for me, I'm optimistic. And the fact is, and I want Eagles fans to listen to me when I say this, the Philadelphia Eagles has not let me down yet. The Philadelphia Eagles have not let me down yet. I'm waiting for training camp, as you should. As you should. You should wait for the training camp. I know. But the thing about the Philadelphia Eagles is they haven't let me down since 2021. What? Exactly. Exactly. You have every right to feel that way. Because again, the reason why I feel this way, you can feel optimistic every year for all four sports teams here. That is true. Yep. That is true. That is true. Trey, how you doing there, coach? You're muted.
What's up, Brody?
Yep. Yep. How's you feeling, coach?
Ah, man, I'm good, man. Let's get into it. What we got today?
Yeah, and then really nothing much. Just talking about the combine, previewing what we were going to talk about tomorrow, and starting our first ever mock draft. Really nothing really to talk about other than those two things, to be honest with you. And just talking to the fan base, really. So outside of those two things, that's about. So I'm gonna ask you, how we feel about the combine this week, and what Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman got to say.
Um, in my honest opinion, draft wise, I feel like we should focus heavily on the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Defense, we spent a lot of assets in the draft and free agency. I feel like we sat there honestly. We added a couple pieces, but if I was Howie Roseman right now, my thought process would be let's get this offense better. We brought these new guys in. Um, let's give them Jalen some new toys. Let's get some new younger offensive linemen. Let's focus on that aspect of the football team because, like I said, our defense is set for the most part right now. So if it's up to me, I'm going maybe probably my first 3 to 4 rounds. I'm going offense. And my thoughts on the combine is, I mean, honestly, everybody look good in shirts and t-shirts. I mean, so I don't really put too much stock into the
Right.
combine. I don't really put too much stock into the combine. I mean, you can see how fast a dude run if he could catch, but I mean, it's different when the equipment on. So I don't really put too much stock in it. And if I'm Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni, I'm going based off film more than combine numbers and stuff like that. Honestly, in my opinion.
Right. I agree with you. I agree with you. For me, like I said, the future starts at the combine, in my honest opinion. Uh, Let me show you the photo of what I'm talking about right here. As we can see, basically what I was talking about, Trey, is when I say the future starts. As you can see here, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, Jalen Hurts, Lane, Mario Ujomo was here somewhere. Uh, let's see. I think Nolan Smith was in here. Jordan Davis. So you're right on that. We don't really know what to expect in the combine because, like you said, it's nothing but shorts and workouts. But as you can see here, we did get a lot of players because of the combine. So what's your thoughts on that?
I feel like a lot of these past probably like three to four-ish drafts, we hit on a lot of players from the draft. Um, I'm not sure if it's more combine numbers or it's more like I said, getting a feel for these dudes, bringing them into the stadium, the office, actually getting to know them, because all the time it's not about really, in my opinion, is more personality than actual skill in the NFL. Like, is he going to fit into our program? Do he fit into our locker room? Stuff like that. So, like I said, I seen dudes. I mean, a la John Ross run forward two flats and didn't have success in the NFL. So character is a big thing when it comes to especially these young guys. Um, in my opinion, I feel like we should bring in dudes that fit this locker room, this culture. It's not always about the numbers. Like we hit with a Quayon Mitchell, Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter. I mean, we got a lot of them was like lucky, honestly, and they fit in seamlessly. So I mean, we can watch dudes run around, jump, run their 40, stuff like that. But if you don't got locker room dudes, they're not gonna fit your culture, and they're gonna be out of the door in like 2 to 3 years. So I mean, I look more into that than the actual combine.
Right. I agree with you on that. Let's see. There will possibly be a lot of hidden gems in the draft. You're right, Zay. There will be a lot of hidden drafts. People that we not even talk about. You're right on that. Mike says, I don't take that combine seriously. I just don't. I agree with you that too, Mike, because like Trey said, it's nothing but guys running around in shorts. Like outside now, yeah, like the combine is like it not only where the future starts, it's also where deals kind of get done. Like in my opinion, like what that's also where the the agents and the owners slash GMs meet, and we got a lot of pieces that needs to be signed. So, but you're right. Like, do you know any gems that might be in this draft track?
Um, I'm not gonna say gems because these dudes were good players in their respective programs, but it's in my opinion, there's a lot of dudes out here that can make a roster and make an impact on that roster. So I don't have like no names right off the top of my head right now, but I mean I can get back to you next weekend. I mean next
All right.
week, next Monday when we bust this down. But
Yep.
there's a few dudes, especially at like probably that wide receiver position that I would like to be a Philadelphia Eagle, honestly.
Right. Mike says, look at Mike Muller. What a bust, and was the best at the combine that year. That was true. That was true. So,
That's why
yep.
I always say there's more that go into it than just like the combine. That's why this whole process is important. And it was dudes that was bust. That even dudes I thought that was going to be good. And it was bust because they wasn't mature enough. They didn't fit the culture that they went into, and I mean it just went downhill from there. That's why I say this combine stuff is all it's pretty to look at. Like it's good to look at. It was dudes like Eric Berry that were like a 4.6. He was one of the best safeties in the league for years. So it's all about culture fit. It's all about culture fit. Like the dudes we brought in, their first year, they were second year, they won the Super Bowl because came from a winning culture. They came from Georgia. Nolan Smith, N'Kobe Dean, uh, Jordan Davis, Dylan Carter. They came from a winning program. So it's like they already knew what it take to play at the highest level and win at the highest level. So I mean, it's not always about numbers to me, honestly. It's not always about numbers because it's dudes that put on shows at the combine and they had terrible NFL careers. And there's dudes that didn't perform as well and they was they stuck in the league for 12, 15 years. So you never know, man. It's all about mindset, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree with you. Big Zay, and keep the comments coming, y'all. We about to do our first round mock draft. We're doing one round for until we get close to after free. We're going to do round one today, and then once we get closer, once free agency is basically done, after we react to free agency, then we're going to start previewing the draft, and then we're going to start add two more rounds to the mock draft. So keep the drafts coming. Big Zay said, I worry more about the draft and free agency. I don't care much about the combine. Yeah,
That's facts. That's
that
facts.
is facts. I just think it's a lot. It's a lot to do with system those guys fit in. Exactly. And also, it also because in the combine you also get to interview some of these guys. Think about it. The Philadelphia Eagles interviewed Jalen. The Philadelphia Eagles interviewed Lane Johnson. The Philadelphia Eagles interviewed Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean and Jalen Carter. Like One Trey Rock said, is about the fit. Does these players fit your organization? Like Trey said, like does Nolan Smith fit? Does Jordan Davis fit? Does N'Kobe Dean fit? Does Lane Johnson fit? Saquon and AJ, we talked to them in the combine, but they went to Tennessee and the New York Giants. Now they fit here in Philly. Jalen Hurts, we interviewed him. We interviewed a lot of guys, but like you said, Mike, and like Trey said, it's about the fit. Does these players that's going to be in the combine that work on a draft fit the Philadelphia Eagles? Do they fit the locker room? Do they fit the city? Does it fit all of you in the chat or all y'all watching on your TV sets? Does they fit the fan base that's going to be at the link, like myself and Trey and Simone? Like, do these players fit? That should be the question that we should be asking. And right, I think that there has been some people the Eagles didn't interview with and still got the draft them. But exactly. So it just depends on do they fit, like Trey said. That that so you can watch the combine just because it's the NFL. You're going to watch something, but like it depends on what if they fit. Trey, you got anything to add on that before we Nina? You got anything to add, Trey, before we do our first mock draft?
Nah, I ain't really got too much to add, man. Like I said,
Yeah,
the NFL is like a hit or miss type league. I mean, you could be one of the greats in college and not succeed in
yep,
the NFL, and it is everything has to kind of go right. Got to fall into your hands for real, honestly. Like coaching wise, team culture. I mean, even your mindset. So yeah, no, a lot of this stuff is just smoke screens, and 80% of the time the coaches already know. I mean, owners and GMs already know who they drafting 80% of the time before the draft even hit. Unless it's like a trade mid draft, even with that they know. So I mean, a lot of this stuff is just eye candy. Some dudes not gonna make it to you. Some dudes you not gonna take. And it can help you or hurt you. I mean, I like Jamarcus Russell. He was one of the biggest busts in NFL history, but coming from LSU, he had all the traits. He had all the traits. He had the big arm. He was mobile. He could make every throw. That don't mean him landing with the Oakland Raiders is like that kind of did him a disservice. So it's like, I mean, the team you get drafted to can make or break your career. So, I mean, hopefully a lot of these dudes get drafted in the right situation, and I wish them the best, honestly.
yep. We wish them the best. Simple as that. So you guys asked. I know Big Zay asked about the mock draft. Well, I found one. Let me read some comments real quick. Sometimes NFL players are drafted, end up being bust. Yep, that is true. Sometimes. So let's
Mhm.
go ahead. We're doing one round right now, and then we'll add some more, and then we'll add some more after we're done talking about free agency. So let's go ahead. Let's start this draft right here, and let's see who we're gonna get. So let's see. There's a lot of picks in this draft too. So and Big Zay, you asked for this draft, so I'm hooking you guys up. So let's see. Because me and Mitch did a free draft earlier today, and he said O line. So let's see. All right, so these are the players that we can drive, Trey. So who you looking at?
Hmm.
While you think of it, I'll be right back.
Uh, I, I don't think we're going tight end in the first round, honestly. See, I want to go offense here, but if it's not an offensive lineman that I really see fit, like at that position, I would probably have to go to that tight end position because I feel like we sturdy at defensive line. We okay at edge. Like we could get by at edge. Um, I like the wide receiver from Texas A&M, but he's on the smaller side. I mean, he probably could fill in that slot. Um, so here I'm going offensive line. If not, I'm taking that tight end, Keon Sadiq from Oregon. That's like the later rounds. So that's like where we picking at is kind of probably closer to the round two. So I think a tight end will be cool right here. And I watched dude at Oregon. He was a big part of their offense. So I feel like he could come in seamlessly. We got to get a little better with the blocking, but he's a great pass catching tight end. He has good speed. And like I said, if we don't have a solid offensive lineman right there in them picks, I'm going with the tight end, the surefire tight end, because we have none on our roster right now. We have none on our roster right now.
All right. So what you're saying is we're getting the tight end from Oregon.
Yeah, I was thinking the wide receiver from Texas A&M, but he's more of a slot type gadget type dude. And I don't know if you taking one of them in the first round. I feel like he's gonna slip closer probably to the second round. But that tight end, we have no tight ends on our roster. I think that might be the most obvious pick, right? If he end up right there. And dude, he's not no scrub. He's a great pass catcher. I feel like he got to get better with his blocking. Um, better at his point of attack with blocking. But he's a great pass catcher, tight end. And if he's there at our pick, because he's ranked number 19, if he's there at our pick, I'll take him honestly.
All
Because it's
right.
not like we picking top 10 right now. So a tight end in the later rounds of the first round that's a sturdy pick, especially if you're gonna help your team like right out the bat.
Right. So let's just, we're going to choose the tight end again because we're only doing the first round. We're going to do the other two rounds after we're done talking about free agency. What up, Bergen 31? What up, Dorothy? Big Zay said Casey uh, is a uh, is a slot receiver right now, Trey.
Yeah, no, I know he's a slot receiver. He was good at Texas A&M, man. Limited on his route running, but I like him as a get the ball in his hands and make a play type dude. I feel like he'll fit into this offense, but is he going to be a dude that come and make an immediate impact? Maybe on special teams, but I don't think at receiver right away. And the receivers that you taking in the first round, you need them to step in and kind of be that dude from the beginning. So I feel like it's going to take a little work with him. He's going to slip into the second round. Somebody probably take him early second round because, like I said, he's predominantly a slot receiver. So you line up in that slot. He worked well, but he was limited on his route running. So yeah, no,
Let's see. So take Kenyon Shack from Oregon, right?
yeah, I'm taking Kenyon Sadiq, from Oregon.
All right. Let's see. Sorry if I'm not looking at the chat, but random, like, what do we think about Charlotte blocking?
No, I think he's more of a Zach Ertz type receiver, like a possession tight end, but he's a little faster and quicker in my opinion. He has to get better on his blocking because Oregon genuinely they ran a spread offense, so he was spread out as a receiver for like kind of the majority of his Oregon career. He's a mismatch against tight ends, safeties, nickel corners. Um, you could throw that jump ball up to him. He's good. He's good across the middle, but he has to work. I feel like he has to work on his inline blocking. especially if we're gonna be a running team. He's gonna have to work on his end line blocking to stay on the field for all three downs. Like he's not polished right now. He's not polished right now in the blocking, but if he get the right coaching, I feel like he's gonna be a dog, honestly, if he land in the right program.
Right. Two questions, Trey, and I'll be right back. Bergane says Shaq is a perfect and signed Dallas Goddard to a 1 year deal. And Zay said, isn't Smitty a slot receiver?
No, Smitty is more of an outside receiver. He can go in the slot, but he's not a slot receiver. I feel like he's better on the outside than he is in the slot, in my opinion. Because every level that Smitty played on, he was the number one. So he played out there wide on the boundary. So he can work in the slot at times, but I don't feel like you should relegate him to the slot receiver. He's more of an outside, beat that one on one, beat that out of the corner, in my opinion. Yeah, Smitty can play everywhere. He can play all over the field. So he could play in the slot. He could be that third, or he could be that boundary receiver. So I don't think you want to relegate this Smitty just to a slot receiver, man, because he could do so much more for you. He could do so much more for you. He's more like in my eyes, I'm not saying he's better, but he's like a CD Lamb to me. You can move him all over the field. If you got the right coach and the right scheme, you can move Smitty all over the field. He's a mismatch nightmare, in my opinion. So I wouldn't relegate him just to that slot receiver. And Bird Game, you said I think that'd be a good pair too. It'd kind of be like when Dallas Goddard first came in and Zach Ertz was still there. You re-signed Dallas Goddard to like a 1-2 year contract, and you signed Sadiq. I mean, he could be in a year or two, he could be a number one tight end. Yeah, no, Smitty, Smitty, like he underrated, man. Like he's a good blocking wide receiver. He can line up anywhere on the field. The dude has great hands, man. He's a great route runner. So I mean, I feel like if you wanted to feature him in your offense, you could. You could kind of use him like a CD Lamb, like a Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill type. He's not as fast as those dudes, but he presents the same problem because you get him one on one with a tight end and safety, he's going to beat that dude one on one, probably like 98, 99% of the time. So yeah, no, they need to start moving them around more and stop just leaving them in one spot. Matter of fact, they need to start moving all their weapons around. Even AJ, he could play out of that slot sometimes, get the ball in his hand quick. Jahan Dotson, if he come back, you could get the ball in his hands, he could make a play. So I mean, I feel like we need to focus more on getting the ball in our playmakers' hands so they can make plays.
Yeah, I agree with you. Hold on. Burt Gang 31 says, what we doing with LB spot, which two should be the future?
In a perfect world, man, I'm bringing all three of them dudes back. I'm bringing the Kobe Dean back. I'm bringing Zach Ball back. And you already know Campbell going to be here. And you could use Campbell, in my opinion, I don't know why we ain't use him like that this year. You could use Campbell as like that Michael Parsons. He's not as good, but he's physical. He could play the run and he could rush the passer. So I feel like, honestly, if we're going to bring Dean back, we could use Campbell as like that X factor type DN. You could put him in. You could blitz him out of the linebacker position. Like you could just move him all over the field. You could be creative with him for right now. This is second year. I mean, he's not going to be as polished as if like this is his fifth year, but he knows how to play football. He knows how to go get after the passer. So in a perfect world, I'm bringing all three of those dudes back because Vaughn is going to be here. Campbell's going to be here. I'm re-signing Dean. I'm making sure Trout still here, and then we still got Monday. So I feel like our linebacker core will be set if we bring the Kobe Dean back. So yeah, yeah. No, I'm like if we could get Dean back the way he played last year, because in my opinion, the Kobe Dean was the anchor of this defense. Like I know we all love Zach Bond. I know we all love him to death. But last year, N'Kobe Dean was the anchor to this defense. Like he was the anchor. Like if you needed him to blitz, he was making them play. He played well in pass coverage. He was a leader on his team. He got everybody where they needed get, make sure everybody knew what they was doing. He played quintessential linebacker for us. So letting him walk away right now after coming off his best year, I feel like it'll be a disservice to the Philadelphia Eagles defense. So in a perfect world, like I said, I'm bringing all three of them dudes back, letting them run it back one more time. I mean, you don't have to pay Campbell for another like 2 years. So I mean, Zach Bond already got his money. So the only one you need to shore up is N'Kobe Dean. I'm bringing him back, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, random. And shout out to y'all with the comments, man. This is the mock draft 1.0. We're going to do another round after we're done free agency. So make sure y'all tap in for that. So these are who everybody picked in the first round of the draft. We'll do another round another time. Just keep y'all questions over before we, do you think the first players are released this offseason is Michael Carter second to create cap space?
Yeah, I don't think Michael Carter gonna be here this season. Honestly, he was a dude that we brought in just for like some insurance, just in case somebody got hurt or something like that. And I mean, he really didn't show me too much while he was on the field. Um, my biggest my biggest thing this off season is we kind of get rid of Keely Ringo. I think Ringo need to be gone, man. He gave him too much time to show what he could do, and he showed us nothing. So if we're gonna keep Michael Carter, I think Ringo is gone.
Right. I agree with you on that. I think Ringo's calling too. What about Nolan Smith? Thoughts?
What about Nolan Smith?
Yeah, do you think we sign him? Because I think him and Carter are up for a contract extension.
I think honestly, I think we get Nolan back on a discount. I mean, because honestly, his first 3 years in the league, he was kind of injured the first two. He stayed healthy, relatively healthy in the Super Bowl year, but other than that, Nolan Smith really been injured. I mean, he had that problem in college, so I think he gonna come to the table and probably take a discount just so he can stay with his brothers. I mean, get himself back together so they all could be hooping together. So I think Nolan gonna be here. He gonna be here for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Nolan Smith is going to be signed to a deal. Hold on. Let me get to. I think if Dean's back, then Braun can go next year, but Campbell can't ride Pine again.
That's what I'm saying. I think if they do come back and Ball, you said then Ball could go next year. Um, See, when we drafted Campbell, we kind of, in my opinion, I kind of looked at him more as like a pass rushing type linebacker that's going to line up on the edge, like kind of like how Nolan plays. They're both aggressive, they quick, they fast, they physical. I thought honestly this year, um, Campbell might have to make that transition to like full-time pass rusher or like linebacker, blitzing linebacker that come in on special downs. I mean, he plays the line on regular downs. So, in my opinion, I think that's the best fit for Campbell right now. I feel like he did well when he had to step in for N'Kobe Dean, but he also was a rookie and he made a lot of mistakes too. So, I feel like this year is going to be more him coming into the physicalness of getting to the quarterback, beating offensive linemen, stuff like that. So they should. I feel like they should use him downhill like they use Parsons, like Michael Parsons. Move him all across the line on the 5-man fronts, get him singled up one on one, and letting them beat the man in front of him. And I feel like that'll elevate his career when it does come to that linebacker spot because now it's building confidence and he making plays. So I feel like I mean if they're gonna bring Dame back, I feel like Campbell still could be involved in this defense heavy.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. Uh, keep the comments coming, y'all. Do you think we sign Jordan Davis to an extension because it can help us create more cap space? And I was also going to say, along with Jordan Davis, what you think about Jalen Carter? But go ahead and start with Jordan Davis first, Trey.
With Jordan Davis, it all depends on what the paper look like. Honestly, it's like I mean, if he asking for a little bit too much, he's kind of expandable. I feel like he had his best year last year as a pro. And I think it was more of him knowing his extension was coming up. He dropped some pounds. He got more in shape, and he balled out. Honestly, he played the run well. He got a few sacks, but his overall career as a Philadelphia Eagle was disappointing. So, I mean, if they could find like something where in the middle they could meet there, and we still can extend Jalen Carter this year. Because I think that's the biggest priority. We gotta extend Jalen Carter before he
Yep.
comes. He has a monster year, and then he's asking for a buku load of money next year, and we can't pay him. I feel like we should get that out the way right now, honestly. So, if it all align right, we keep Jordan Davis and Carter, but Jordan Davis is expandable. I feel like we need to focus on Jalen Carter first.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think we should, because Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith uh, do a contract extension. But yeah, I agree with you. Let's start with Jalen Carter first. So, Random said, GM One Trey Rock, who is our starter safety week one, 2026 season, if you had to choose at this point?
If it's up to me, I'm bringing Blankenship back, and it might be Blankenship and Makuba,
Yep.
depending on how he comes off his injury. If not, it might be Blankenship and a drafted guy. Or if not, it might be Blankenship and Cindy Brown. But at the end of the day, I still want Blankenship to orchestrate that secondary back there because he did a great job the past 3 years. And I don't think he's gonna be asking for like a crazy amount of money, man. I feel like he plays this game for like more of the respect and the love than it is big contracts and stuff like that. So I feel like they're gonna work something out to the point where they can bring Blankenship back. Makuba coming off an injury. If not Makuba, we still got Sydney. If not Sydney, we can draft somebody. But I think it's going to be Blankenship and either one of those dudes.
Right. So the next question is, and we appreciate y'all. Let's get them likes up, by the way. Big Zay said, couldn't we extend Jordan Davis next offseason because he's on his 5th year option right now?
See, the problem with that is, right, we could do that, Big Zay, but now imagine Jordan Davis comes out this year and he has a better year than he has next year. Now it's he gonna want a lot. So these kind of deals, especially defensive linemen and defensive linemen that you value, you generally try to get those out the way and figure that out before you figure everything else out. I feel like Jared Davis is a big part of that Super Bowl year, and last year he had his best year as a Philadelphia Eagle. So I feel like he deserves an extension. It all depends on what the bread looking like. If he asking for too much, then yeah, no, you gotta hit the road because we gotta resign Big Baby. We gotta resign Jalen Carter. Like, come on, we gotta
Yep.
extend Jalen Carter, bro. He's more valuable to this defensive line than you are. And honestly, I don't want to say it that way because they both play well. They work hand in hand, but I feel like it just took Jared Davis too long to get up and running as a Philadelphia Eagle. And Jalen Carter kind of hit the ground running. So I mean, genuinely, Howie's gonna try to look to extend him before he does Jared Davis.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you. Here's my question: if you had to choose between extending Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, N'Kobe Dean, or Nolan Smith, one of the Philly Bulldog. If you had to choose a Philly Bulldog to sign, which one would you sign first? And you can
I'm
rank them by, and you can do a ranking like who's first, second, third, or fourth.
I'm going Jalen Carter, then I'm going to Kobe Dean,
Mm-hmm.
then it might be Nolan, and then Jared. No, it might be Jared Davis and then Nolan.
Okay. Explain. Go ahead and explain yourself. The reason. What?
Because in my opinion, Jalen Carter is a top five when healthy, when motivated. He's a top five defensive tackle in this league. I give him top three, honestly. Um, N'Kobe Dean, like I said, he was the anchor of this defense this year. So he's one of those dudes that's gonna get you where you need to be when you need to be there. And then Vic Fangio coming back, they know his system like the back of their hand. So they go hand in hand. Nolan, when healthy, he's a beast, but it's been hard for him to stay healthy. And you never know with Jordan Davis how he's gonna come into the offseason. His weight goes up and down every year. So is he gonna be even motivated to build off what he did last year? So that's my reasoning for that.
Yeah, I agree with you on the list. I agree with you on the list. Uh, Do you think we sign Jalen Phillips this offseason? I think that's what
Man,
JP stands for, Jalen Phillips.
that's gonna be hard, man, because you don't know what the market look like for Jalen Phillips. Honestly, you don't know what the market look like for him. He doesn't have no ties to Philly, so he's not taking no hometown discount, nothing like that. He's going for the highest bidder. And you never know. He probably wants to go back with because he was in Miami. He probably wants to go back to like a West Coast type team like LA or something like that, where it's nice out there. He can move his family out to a nice little neighborhood and stuff like that. So you never know what dudes talk about with their agent or how they personally feel. If it was up to me, I would resign him because he played great this year. But I mean, you can't pay everybody. You can't pay everybody. So I mean, it all depends on what the agent and Harry Roseman break it down, bust it down, discuss it. But I would want him back, honestly. He compliments the defense well. But if he don't want to come back, I mean, we could do about that, honestly.
Yeah, I would re-sign them, but like you said, it depends on the price. Because, like you said, we gotta get ready to sign Jalen Carter. We gotta sign Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean. We gotta sign Nolan Smith. Like we got some pieces we got to get on the offense, on the defense side of the ball. So we got another question I want to ask you because everybody's talking Jalen Hurts extension, Jalen Hurts extension. What you think about it? You think we should like what? When do you think we should give Jalen Hurts his contract extension? Because we're already in 2026. He basically got 2 more years in his contract. What you think on the Jalen Hurts extension?
Um, Honestly, I would let Jalen rock one more year and then
Mm-hmm.
see how that go and then extend him because he's gonna get extended. I mean, but I mean, his last I think 2 years of his contract, he getting paid the most money he got paid out of the whole contract. So next year, I would let him rock this year out. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and next year I would extend him honestly.
Right. I agree with you because he ain't I don't think he got no any money coming in for this year. It might be next year, like you said. So I think you're right. We extend him next year, like you said. So yeah. So if that's all the questions and that's all the answers, y'all, we're gonna let you guys enjoy your week. Your week. We'll be back next week to react to the combine and react to Nick Sirianni and Howie Roseman. Hold on. Let me. But doesn't Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter get fifth year options strike?
Yeah, they get fifth year options, but they also have to be picked up. So it's like you can extend them, but it really all depends on the agent and the player with those fifth year contracts. It's like fifth year options. It's like you can they can the team can opt out, or you never know how the contract played. The player can opt out. So it all depends on how they feeling with what they got going on in house, honestly, and the money they asking for. So yeah, no, they definitely both got fifth year options though.
Yeah, so we'll see how it plays out by then. So we're gonna allow y'all enjoy y'all weekend, man. We appreciate y'all. So let's go ahead and wait. Hold on. I think no. Zay random said they on their rookie contract and not making a lot of money right now. Also said unless Jalen takes a
Yeah,
signing
no,
bonus and extended.
they not making really no bread right now.
Yeah, and random says unless Jalen takes a signing bonus and extend it out further, he could do that. He could do that. We'll see. We'll see. So all right, y'all. Yeah, Zay. We'll see you next week. So go ahead, Trey. Let's give our final thoughts and let's get ready to rock.
I know it's a slow time right now. But football will be back before we know it, man. Hey, y'all need to be digging it, man. We're gonna be talking about preseason games, the draft, like all this stuff is just gonna fly. It's gonna be summertime again in a little bit, man. Like I know we got a little snow down here in Philly today and last night.
Mm-hmm.
But look, it's coming, man. It's coming. And, that's all I really gotta say, man. Eagles fans, hold your head, man. Look, I gotta calm down a little bit. I be all over Twitter, all over social
Yeah, I
media.
be seeing
Everybody
you on Twitter, man. You be back on Twitter.
be in the uproar all the time, but I be like, dang, I ain't even like it's still but February.
Yeah.
Like, uh, you gotta let this play out. I feel like we're gonna get a lot of our key players back. Harvey Rose, we're gonna make sure that we're gonna add some pieces to the puzzle, and we're gonna be back rocking and rolling.
Yep.
And it's your boy One Trey Rock. About it.
Yep. And for me, it's real simple, y'all. Be patient. We're almost there. Let's hear what Howie Roseman and Nick Sirianni guys say. Let's see who we're going to get in free agency in the draft, and let's get ready to rock out for the season, man. The schedule will be here, preseason, the draft will be here. Everybody will be here. So, man, get them likes up, get the subscribers up. Fly, Eagles, fly, go Birds. Shout out to our sister Simone, who's going to be at the combine this week. We're proud of you, sis. Shout out to Smitty. Shout out to the Coach One Trey Rock. And, of course, your boy. You're always welcome to Broad Street. Lights out.